Carazo, who passionate about sustainable development and environmental policy. They develop carbon neutral materials for construction from healthcare waste. So, hi, Lucia. Can you hear me?
Hi, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I see. So, welcome to like the events. And the first question I want to ask you about like journey and motivation. So my question is, how has your personal journey fueled up your passion for natural-based climate solution? Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, thank you very much for the invitation. It's a pleasure to meet you. And okay, I would say my journey with nature-based solutions and with sustained materials starts many years ago. I'm from Costa Rica. It's a very small country in Central America. And in size, it's very small. It accounts for about 0.03% of the world's total land mass. So you can imagine how small it is. And despite its small size, in Costa Rica, we have about 5 to 6% of the world's total biodiversity. So it's a lot. And so growing up in Costa Rica, I understood sustainability as a pillar of life and not necessarily as an add-on to any sort of project. And so this gave me the vision that it's not about size, it's about impact, and sort of what Mr. Hendrik was saying before. And so I decided to become a design engineer because of this, because I saw sustainability as a mission in life. And so to me, design engineering is many things, but mainly it's about finding solutions. And in order to find a solution, there has to be a problem. And so to me, what bigger problem is there than the environmental problems that we face nowadays and climate change? And so I decided to form this synergy between design and engineering in order to make nature-based solutions a passion in my life. And so ever since I decided that, it has taken me to where I am now, and it has led me to sustain material as well.
Oh, so is this that's the reason that you decided to found a certain material, right? So because like when I visit the website, I really impressed by like the certain material. You guys have an interesting approach to turning healthcare waste into construction materials. Could you please share more about like what like from the day you decided to, okay, I will be someone who will like show the problem related to natural based climate solution, and from that journey into the day you decided to found certain material. Could you please share with us more about that journey? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I was doing a project in university, and we were tackling waste management. And we were trying to make a project from misused textiles specifically. And one of our teachers directed us to a program that is based in Barcelona, and it basically tackles like recycling textiles and building solutions from it. And the previous winner had been Sustain Material, which had just begun. And so I came into contact with Simon, who is my co-founder, and we started discussing how we could unite sustainability with waste management. And so Sustain is actually kind of born as a synergy to two main problems that we have nowadays. And those main problems would be the construction industry that is currently responsible for over 50% of all material extraction in Europe, and a lot of resource exploitation and consequences that are very severe. And the healthcare industry that currently produces a lot of healthcare waste, and 99.9% of that waste goes straight to landfills or incineration. Despite the fact that most of that waste is single-use plastics. So even if we could be recycling all of it, it was going straight to landfill and incineration. And so Sustain was born as a synergy and trying to find a solution to these two problems so that we could build the first ever and develop the first ever materials made from healthcare waste. And so the idea was not just to create a material, and not just to provide a solution, but also to build a circular economy around healthcare waste that could provide a systemic approach to changing the way in which we view healthcare waste nowadays, and provide a way for construction to be sustainable, because sustainable materials are the core of a construction project. If you have a sustainable material construction project, you can control the life cycle and the traceability of the material and provide feasible solutions. So basically, that's how we got there.
Oh, okay, I see. So, and I understand. So, sustain material. Until now, you guys already made significant stride in promoting sustainable practice. So, can you share some specific examples of how your innovation has positively impacted the environment and the community, and what further impact do you aspire to achieve? So, yeah.
Yeah, so I would say the easiest way to describe the impact that we have is if you imagine, okay, we have three main products, and we have thermal insulation, acoustic insulation, and rigid boards. And we aim to expand that catalog, but currently those are the three main products that we have. And thermal insulation is basically the base of these three products, because from thermal insulation, we can build the acoustic insulation and the rigid boards. It just depends on the manufacturing process. And so if you imagine 1 ton of our thermal insulation, that is approximately like 400 square meters of thermal insulation. We can mitigate about 2.5 tons of carbon dioxide from a project. So 1 ton of our material accounts for that. And it also reduces about a cubic meter and a half of landfill occupation. So we reduce a cubic meter and a half of waste that would go direct to landfill occupation by 1 ton of our product installed. And we also reduce about 650 kilograms of resource exploitation and about 250 liters of polluted water. And so these reductions are like tangible impact that shows us the impact that we can have in the environment and in the communities, because a lot of this healthcare is mismanaged, especially in third world countries. This can lead to a lot of healthcare issues and health issues in general. And so 1 ton of our material can prevent about 0.08 diseases in general. And so our long-term goals is definitely to systemize this change and implement this change, because currently we are based in Barcelona, but our idea is to increase our project count, because this will definitely allow us to multiply this impact. And at full capacity, one of our design systems can upcycle more than 1,000 tons a year. So from the impact that I just mentioned, that would be about 2,500 tons of carbon dioxide mitigated. So we have done a lot of impact now, but we are more than excited to keep going and multiply it and keep systemizing that change and replicating it worldwide.
Yeah, that's a significant numbers, I promise. Like when I hear the numbers, I know, it's more like you really understand about like what you are doing and what kind of like impact you make for the society. I really appreciate that. But I think maybe like during the time you work with the community, or you invite the stakeholder, or you collaborate with the partners, maybe some key challenges that like maybe challenge you and challenge the teams on trying to make a good impact for society. So my question here, like, what are the key challenges you have faced in engaging with the community, and how have you overcome the issues? So we would like to hear more about that.
Yeah, so definitely working with healthcare waste is a big challenge. There is a big stigma around healthcare waste. And a lot of people, when you tell them that you're creating a material made from healthcare waste, people will react. They will be a little shocked when you tell them that, because generally speaking, when you first think of healthcare waste, you think of disease, you think of contamination, and you're kind of afraid it's not a natural material. So it's there's a big stigma, and there's a big paradigm on like the way that we handle it. And so Simon, my co-founder, always says that when he was doing his master's in innovative construction materials, he wanted to do something with healthcare waste originally. And one of his professors that was supposed to be like specializing on like innovative materials, he said, that's impossible. You can't work with healthcare waste because it's nearly impossible to sanitize it, to like ensure that there's no bacteria involved. And so I think this just exemplifies the stigma that there is to healthcare waste, because even people who are directly involved in the innovative material industry think that it's something very, very far-fetched to be doing. And so definitely our biggest challenge has been trying to overcome that stigma and trying to prove that despite it being healthcare waste, the majority of it is just single-use plastic that can be classified as urban waste. And so there's actually a very small group of healthcare waste that is very contagious. We do not use that group. And it actually comes separated when you pick it up from the waste manager. And so fighting this stigma and changing these social attitudes has been a challenge. But in a way, it has been a very rewarding challenge, because you can see people's faces change when you explain the process to them. And I think it's just general misinformation. And so we have tried to teach clients and builders and distributors and designers and architects, and we have tried to teach them that healthcare waste should not be seen as a problem. It should be seen as a raw material, because we are producing too much of it to make it all go to landfill and incineration. So yeah, overcoming this resistance has definitely been the biggest challenge, but it has also been very rewarding seeing how we have been able to change so many mindsets since the start of our project up until now.
Oh, that's so nice, because like when the first time I visited your website and I was saying like, wow, healthcare waste, really? And so when I look at like what you have done so far, and right now when I hear your story, I feel like, okay, so that's why I asked question related to challenges, because I believe like healthcare waste is something really difficult to like convince others to change their perspective on the healthcare waste and how to make it become something useful for our life. So thank you so much because like your story, your inspiring story, and it's really like informative for us as well. So see you in like in the next few minutes in the panel discussion. And thank you again for your insights and your story. We really appreciate your journey and the team journey until now. So okay, let